Breaking news out of Australia, where at least 11 people have been killed after several suspects opened fire on a crowd at the popular Bondi Beach in Sydney. Police say the shooting was a targeted terrorist attack on a Jewish celebration.
Terrorist attack aimed at the Jewish community as it was celebrating the first night of Hanukkah. Here's what we know. At least 2 gunmen armed with long guns opened fire on a Hanukkah celebration at Sydney's famous Bondi Beach. Police say at least 11 people were killed, plus one of the gunmen. The second gunman is in custody in critical condition. Authorities are investigating whether a third individual was involved. And amid the horror, there was also heroism. There is a video that is a little difficult to watch, but I want to show it to you. You see that man in white running up and tackling one of the suspected gunmen. There is a struggle, and then you can see he wrestles what appears to be a shotgun out of the man's hands. Now, that man in white has not been identified, but local leaders are hailing what they say were extraordinary acts of personal courage. At least 29 people have been taken to hospital, including 2 police officers, and it is very likely that man in white saved lives. Now, there was a rabbi who was performing a wedding nearby on the beach, and I want to play you just a little bit of sound from his reflections on today's terrible events.
There has been a terrible amount of anti-Semitism in the world right now, and we felt a lot of that here too. And unfortunately, when we allow things like that to go unchecked, these are the things that inevitably do happen. But what I can also tell you is that the Jewish people, from the days of the story of Hanukkah, which is going back 2,200 years, 2,200 years, our light has not been dimmed, and we will continue to light our candles and to stand strong and to stand very tall and proud.
Police are also saying that they have found improvised explosive devices in a car linked to the dead gunman. A bomb squad is currently probing that vehicle, and a massive police investigation is now underway in Sydney and across Australia. But we can already say, Willie, that this is one of the worst gun massacres in that country's history. Willie.
Raf, gun violence is very unusual. It's very rare in Australia because of an incident they had some 30 years ago.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Willie. There was a gun massacre in 1996. It's called the Port Arthur Massacre. More than 30 people were killed, and the Australian government responded very quickly with new laws cracking down on gun ownership. They put in place a massive national gun buyback program that took an enormous amount of guns off the street. And the result is Australia has one of the lowest gun death rates of any developed country. So it is very unusual for there to be any gun violence at all in Australia, let alone a massacre on this scale. Willie.
And this is clearly not some random act of gun violence. This is a targeted terrorist attack on Jewish people. But as we heard from that rabbi, our light has not been dimmed. Raf Sanchez, Raf, we